Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and so today, so this news has been out for a little bit now, but I wanted to talk about it because it's something that I feel like vindicates what I've been saying for years about this particular news. Um, I mean, hell, I made an April Fool's joke about it, like I think about 3 years ago, and there were people that were still commenting and truly believing that this was going to happen. I mean, that's how much people really want this to happen, but just can't accept the fact that it wasn't ever going to happen until a certain point. So let's move forward to actually no. Let's go all the way back in, I believe it was 2014, when Xenoverse came out. Dragon Ball Xenoverse came out, the original one. Okay, I think it was either 2014 or 2015 when it came out, and that was during the end of the PlayStation 3 era. Okay, that was during the end of the PlayStation 3 era. However, Xenoverse 1, because PlayStation 3 was still accessible, Xenoverse 1, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1, released a PlayStation 3 version, despite there being a PlayStation 4 version, because PlayStation 4 was out by this point. The same thing with the Xbox consoles as well. Um, so, because they did this, about a year later after the game was released, PlayStation 4 was now the main console, as well as the Xbox 360. Those were now the main consoles. And so their predecessor consoles were obsolete. So the people of Dragon Ball, the video games, the people that make the Dragon Ball video games made a mistake. Because by doing that, people that were buying it on the old consoles pretty much got screwed because you couldn't transfer anything from the other consoles, from their newer counterpart consoles that were created for upgrades. So then I believe in 2016, was they decided to make a Xenoverse 2, which by this point Xbox 360 and PlayStation 4 were the main consoles. And pretty much they've been doing DLCs, they've been re-releasing new DLCs, they've been doing new storylines over the years, up to this day, pretty much. And for years during this time, people were wondering, well, why aren't they making a new Xenoverse 2 game? Or why are they making a new Xenoverse 3 game since there was only a 2-year shelf life, pretty much, of Xenoverse 1? And the reason why is simply dead in the face, which I've been telling people in my Discord community, as well as anybody who's asked me. The reason why Xenoverse 2 was made was because they made that mistake of having the previous consoles available for Xenoverse 1. They rectified that mistake with Xenoverse 2, because that way everyone would be on the same page for upgrading. So, the reason why they weren't going to make a Xenoverse 3 anytime soon was because they were waiting for PlayStation 5 and Xbox One to be the main consoles, as in PlayStation 4. I don't know what the next. Wait, actually, no. I'm sorry. Whatever the new, because the Xbox One was the equivalent of PlayStation 4. I forget what the new Xbox One is called. I'm not an Xbox person. So the new Xbox console and the new PlayStation 5, okay, those consoles will be the main consoles. Right now, they're not the main consoles. They are the new consoles, but PlayStation 5 and Xbox One are still coming out with games right now. So there's no reason to make a Xenoverse 3 until those consoles are the main consoles that everyone pretty much has to have now, because the other consoles aren't making new games anymore. Um, and that's pretty much what they were waiting on. That's why they were waiting on Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 being made. And I knew this. And so this article, which Geekdom 101, who is obviously a reliable Dragon Ball source, um, he came out with a tweet about a couple of weeks ago saying that Xenoverse 3 is in development, but it won't be released until 2024 unless plans, quote unquote, change. Um, and this pretty much confirms what I theorized for years, which I believed was the truth. Because think about this. By 2024, most likely PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are not going to be making games anymore. Okay? Right now they're making games still for those consoles. And so I think what they're going to do is they're going to wait it out. And I think, when they put unless plans change, that could be an indication if they're somehow still making PlayStation 4 or Xbox One video games. Because I think they want to do it where it just goes right to the new console. So that way they can start making more money off of the new consoles for Xenoverse 3. Which also is probably going to screw a lot of people over that want, all their game data to basically carry over to the 4. I'm sure they'll make it since it is the predecessor console if you have the predecessor console. So, like, if you had a PlayStation 4 and you decided to go to Xbox, you're probably not going to be able to transfer it over. But if you're someone that's bought a PlayStation 4 and it gets a PlayStation 5 eventually, which they're still hard to find, by the way, they'll probably allow you to transfer it over, all your data. Obviously, there will be a new storyline, and there'll be more money they can get off of those damn DLCs, because God knows how much everyone has spent on all the DLCs that you spent on for Xenoverse 3 or Xenoverse 2. But yeah, the article is down here. I'll have the description for it, but Geekdom talked about it, which I think it's completely believable. By 2024, PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox console will be, the main consoles, and they won't be making games for the other consoles by that point. So this is why they did it. And this is why Xenoverse 2 was made so quickly, because they wanted to rectify that. And so this is why Xenoverse 3 wasn't made so quickly like they made Xenoverse 2. That's the reason. There would be no Xenoverse 2 had they done it the way they're going to do it this time around. Because Xenoverse 2 would be the one that would be coming out right now in 2024. But they screwed up their planning. They realized they made a mistake. And this is why they're rectifying it. I've been saying this for years. Some people just don't seem to understand it and don't get it. But this is how gaming is now. The world of DLCs are dominating. And so you can't just we're just going to make a new game the next year, to capitalize on everything. They take into account of DLCs now, too. And so they make money off of that. So that's another thing that they do. So, that's how it pretty much is. So, they'll have the full article here about this. But, again, this news doesn't surprise me. Because, again, I've been saying this for a while, that they're not going to release Xenoverse 3 until everybody is now converted to the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox console, because it's just not It's not money effective to do that. And in the meantime, they can still continue making money off of Xenoverse 2, which is what they're still doing. Because they're still, to this day, as we speak, are releasing DLCs. I think just a week ago, they released a new DLC pack. So there's no reason for them to not continue doing what they're doing. So yeah. That's my thoughts on this. Doesn't surprise me at all. I know people wanted to see this video for a while and get my thoughts on it, but that's my thoughts on it, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this. Make sure to hit the subscribe bell for all the latest content. And subscribe if you haven't, if you're new to the channel. Also, make sure to, if you want, join my Discord community and we can discuss stuff and whatnot of various topics. And, yeah, that is about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. Moderator. Peace!